Welcome to yet another series of applied thermodynamics video. I hope guys you might have gone through my previous videos where we have discussed about Brayton cycle as well as air standard cycle. Today in this session we are going to start the new module number 5 in the PTU syllabus, the reciprocating compressor. The reason why I have started this earlier than other two modules is it is very simple and easy to score mark as well. With this introduction we will see enter into the complete discussion of the day. In today's discussion we are going to see what is a reciprocating compressor and how it differs from the centrifugal compressor, and what are the different types of reciprocating compressor, and work input through PV diagram and steady flow or steady state flow analysis. Let us see first what is the use of compressor. Compressor is a mechanical device which increases the pressure of any gas or particularly air by reducing its volume. It is very general and generic definition, and it gives more clear value about compressor. And for every system there is an input as well as output. In this compressor system, input is the mechanical work and output is the required pressure. But for an efficient compressor, that amount of input work should be minimum. When the input work is minimum, then the compressor is called efficient compressor. And let us see what are the parts of compressors. Reciprocating compressor particularly, which is the focus of our today's discussion. And reciprocating compressor is similar to, or the construction of reciprocating compressor is same as IC engine. In reciprocating compressor, say as in IC engine has piston, cylinder head, valves, connecting rod and crank shaft. And we also use the same term: top dead center, bottom dead center, stroke, clearance volume, swept volume and induced volume. All are similar to the IC engine or internal combustion engine. And first we will discuss with or by assuming that there is no clearance in the reciprocating compressor. In the sense, when the piston is at the top dead center, the area or the volume above that piston is 0. This is an ideal situation, but to make it understand and to make it understand clearly the working concept of thermodynamic cycle of compressor, we are assuming like this. And in this, the 4 processes which we are going to consider are induction or intake process, compression process, delivery process, and again suction, expansion and delivery. Together we can say this. The process 4 to 1 is called as induction process or intake process. During this process, pistons travel from top dead center to bottom dead center. That is, from top to bottom it moves. During the time, induction valve opens and air induced in the cylinder. Volume and mass increases. Pressure and temperature is constant, that is P1 and T1, and the process 1 to 2 is referred as compression process. During this process, piston moves from TDC to BDC or bottom dead center to top dead center by keeping both the valves are closed. During this process, during this movement, the piston compresses the air by decreasing its volume, and pressure increases until it reaches P2. But since pressure increases, temperature will also increases. And the process 2 to 3 is delivery process. The moment the piston reaches the top dead center, the exhaust valve opens and compressed air leaves the compression chamber, compressor. high pressure air is delivered to the surrounding or the truly required place by keeping pressure and temperature constant, that is P2 and T2. These are the three main processes happening inside the compressor when clearance volume is negligible or 0 or without clearance volume. And in this condition, both induced volume as well as swept volume are equal. Swept volume is nothing but the volume swept by the piston when it travels from top dead center to bottom dead center. Now, let us see how work done for single stage compressor with no clearance is carried out. To make it simple, we have taken or chosen the simple PV diagram of the reciprocating compressor. The work done of the air in one cycle is the area in the graph A, B, C, D. To calculate AB's area and the graph ABCD, we can further divide into area between among ABEF plus area BCOE. We need to add first two parts and we are going to subtract the bottom rectangle ADOF. And we all know we know that clearly that area below ABEF or the area below the curve A and B is polytropic process work done. We have derived or discussed about this in basic thermodynamics engineering. And that area is P2 VB minus P1 VA divided by n minus 1 plus area of BCOE is nothing but the area of the rectangle, that is nothing but the length and breadth. We know that it is P2 and VB, and same for the last term P1 V1 VA, and take LCM in the numerator and do the mathematical manipulation. We get final result as n divided by n minus 1 whole divided by P2 VB minus P1 VA. This is the work done formula for the compressor when there is no clearance. And we also know that P1 V1 VA is equal to MRT1. It is from the formula, gas formula, universal gas formula, PV is equal to MRT and P2 VB is equal to MRT2. Replace these two values in terms of P1 VA and P2 VB, we get a final result of work done per cycle as n divided by n minus 1 into MR to the power whole multiplication of T2 minus T1, or in general n divided by n minus 1 into MR T2 minus T1. And to calculate the indicated power, mass induced inside the cylinder is converted into or is assumed as, or it need to taken as the mass flow rate. To calculate the mass flow rate, we need to multiply by number of revolution of the crank n. Then this mass flow rate, if we replace in mass, we get the whole indicated whole work done, or we can call that work done in indicated as indicated power. In general, indicated power is equal to n divided by n minus 1 multiplied by mass flow rate m dot into R into T2 minus T1. To summarize this, we can write on all these things. The suction work is equal to P1 V1, delivery work is equal to P2 V2, and the compression work is PdV work, that is equal to 1 divided by n minus 1 into P2 V2 minus P1 V1, or P2 V2 minus P1 V1 divided by n minus 1. Net work output, which we have calculated earlier, is n divided by n minus 1 multiplied by P2 by V2 minus P1 V1. And temperature at the end of the compression we can calculate by the relation T2 into P2 by P1 to the power of gamma minus 1 or n minus 1 divided by n if you consider polytropic process. And indicated power is we can easily calculate by replacing mass by mass flow rate. And the work done in the single stage compressor for different process like polytropic process, isentropic process as well as isothermal process, the term varies like this. That's all guys for this video. We will see in the next video how work done varies in a reciprocating compressor with clearance volume. Till we meet, take care, bye bye.